So shout out babies.
Shout out babies. Yeah, I'm sure everyone was interested in that conversation, but it's a big life change.
I was thinking of Mr. Beast as we were just talking for 12 minutes about babies and how we just lost our whole audience.
Well, you know what? The other thing that I just did, like preparing wise, like car seats in the car, I just got a legal back seat for the van, for the Moto van. This was a big deal. Because they don't come with them. So like you can't buy them either. You have to get them pulled out of a passenger van. It's quite the ordeal to figure out.
Just one single seat?
It's a double seat in the back. So it has seat belts and everything. I got to bolt it to the floor. I'm going to start that process probably later today. And then we're ready. That's like the last
So
thing.
that doesn't affect your dirt bike being able to fit in it?
Oh, no. It actually gives me more room because I had a couch in there before.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, so there's plenty of room. So again, watch this segue. You ready for this? The first trip I want to go on after the kid is to Nova Scotia, the class you have in Nova Scotia.
You're going to go to that?
I want to meet the Callus guys.
Oh, cool.
I haven't met them yet.
Meet who?
All the Callus guys in Nova Scotia.
Oh, is that the plan?
Yeah, I think they're going to go to the class and then
cool. Didn't know
their
that.
shop, like their warehouse is it's on the way for me because if I drive, you have to go up and back down to Halifax. And they're like up
How
here.
far is the drive for you?
12 hours.
Far. It is?
Yeah, far. Because there's no good way
my
to get
God.
through Maine. I don't know if you know this, but northern Vermont
Yeah,
to
I
the
know.
top of Maine, you have to go all the way down to Boston and back. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, because I looked up the drive, because the flight options for me to get to that class made me want to punch a baby, speaking of babies.
Right.
And it was double connection, long layovers, 2.5 hour drive from the airport once I landed. And I was just like, oh God. So I'm actually flying out of Boston for that one. And it's not really much better. I think it's single connection, thank goodness.
To what?
But I'll have to drive 2 hours to get to Boston.
To Montreal or?
I don't know what the airport I actually land in is. It might be Montreal.
Because Nova Scotia is not far away.
No, it's just there's no easy way to get there. It's like around the corner, you know?
Yeah.
We could take a boat, maybe.
There's a what's it called? There's a ferry from Maine that brings you to Nova Scotia, I believe. But I looked at the ferry options already, and like bringing a van on the ferry is not quite an option. And it's not any faster. It's just you're not driving. So I'm like, I'd rather just drive. So anyway, that's my goal. That's May 1st. Like, I'd like to get to that one.
Yeah, my next few travel for classes are out of control, to be quite honest. I've got back-to-back days coming up where I'm going to Vegas for Sandy Valley. And then I fly straight from there to Sacramento for Club Moto, or vice versa. I don't know which one comes first. And those are back-to-back days. So I finish class, go to the airport, fly into the next airport, and I'm back-to-back days in California and Nevada. Sandy Valley must be in, or California, who knows. And then the next class after that is Italy. No super easy way of getting to Italy. And then after that, I've got the Nova Scotia.
Yeah.
Which that's the worst travel one of all of them, believe it or not, even though it's like right there. It's like a 16-hour travel day.
Oh my God. What's your drive to Montreal?
It's probably about the same. It's probably about it's probably about that.
What?
I would guess. 12 to 16.
Your drive to Montreal?
Maybe not.
No. Montreal's an hour above me. And I think you are like 4 hours from me though.
I looked up the drive to Nova Scotia, and that was what was
probably 13, 14. Yeah.
Yeah, I think
I'm going to do it though, because you can do a 12-hour drive in a day. And I want my own.
Yeah, 12 hours.
I want my bike. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it always comes down to, is I want my dirt bike there.
It's funny how it's the same driving distance for me, essentially, as it is for you. That's crazy.
Well, yeah, but it's because you can't drive through the top of Maine. The whole top of Maine is owned by Canada.
And where you live, you have to go. Yes, you're basically going all the way down, and yeah.
Yeah, it's completely ridiculous. But Nova Scotia, I hear, is like absolutely beautiful. Like beautiful. Like I want to go play golf. Apparently some of the nicest courses are out over there. I want to see the Callus guys. I want to do the whole thing. So
I'm trying to see where it is in relation to Iceland. Oh, not even close. Okay.
Iceland?
But
Yeah, not close.
Iceland's way further away than I
No,
thought.
Greenland is close.
Greenland's right
Yeah,
there.
which is the
Kinda.
icy one, because that makes sense. So, yeah. Anyway, I want to get to Nova Scotia.
Well, if we didn't lose people before, now we're losing them in the geography lesson.
Okay, so tell me about the only plug that we have here is the early access campaign.
Okay. Early access campaign. So what does that mean, Cam? That means we're going to 12. We have 12 new camps that we just announced in 9 different states, in 2 different countries is what I'm being told. And it's early access pricing, so you can save 200 smackarooskies. But I think the coolest thing is not only can you save the $200, but you can take advantage of our 0% financing, which I think is the coolest thing of all. And most people still are unaware of this. We offer in-house financing. It's not through, you can still do Shop Pay or Affirm. I think and maybe Cam, you know about this potentially. I think you have to like qualify for those. Is this true?
For Shop Pay or what we do?
For Affirm or Shop Pay, like as a customer, I think you have to qualify, and it gives you like a certain allowance essentially, or maybe if your credit score is bad, who knows if it checks your credit score, I have no idea. Maybe it changes your terms, but it can be a little bit of a pain where we're now just doing our in-house financing. It's 0% interest.
Yep.
And it can be spread out as far ahead as you sign up for the camp. So let's say you sign up for a camp 8 months ahead of time or 12 months ahead of time, you can spread out that payment 8 months or 12 months out and 0%. So it's a absolute no-brainer. We've just got all that organized and the flow of it. It works actually through a payment system that we were using anyway for our app. And we just never knew that we could easily set up automated in-house financing payments. I think the first big question for us was, how do we do that without us getting screwed? But the simple solution is you just have to make sure that they're paid in full before the camp happens. Right. So that just means it's more incentive for the customer to sign up early, because then they can spread that payment out as much as they possibly can.
And if you do it with this, you save money off the top anyway. So
yeah, $200 off. So go to the motoacademy.com, bunch of new camps there. That brings us to 26 total.
That's crazy.
Which every time I say that number makes me slightly anxious, but we've got it. We've done 3 already, 23 left.
That's insane. That is actually so many camps.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just a lot of, wait till you guys go to one and see how many, like just the moving parts involved. It's a lot. It is a lot to coordinate. It's very expensive to do. It's like what it's done to the pay. All of it fills me with a little bit of stress. Because what happens when you run a business too is like the expense and the overhead typically comes first and will come first before the money starts coming in, right? So anytime like you scale, you have to expect that it's going to be a little rocky for a little bit, right? And maybe I'm doing it wrong. Maybe you don't have to scale in that way, but it seems like every time I've scaled in the past, it's like that. And we're in that stage now.
Yeah.
For sure.
See, I'm a pretty I have a very low risk tolerance. I have a low risk tolerance with riding, and I have a low risk tolerance with everything else, right? Yeah. So I think I've told you this, the next thing that I want to try is giving away a dirt bike. I want to do that. I just want to try it and see what happens. It's a little over $10,000 to do it. Not counting the bike.
Right.
Just to do the legal end of the deal, it's a $10,000 investment. And that is a gamble. That is a gamble.
It definitely is.
And you just got to front it and hope that it works. Yeah, I don't know. See, I don't do that well.
Yeah, you should go for it. I think I say that, but then some of ours have not worked,
Yeah.
Some of ours have worked great. And I think a big part of it is Facebook ads.
Right.
If you definitely want to feel confident in your ability with Facebook ads.
I feel like people wouldn't keep doing it if it didn't work.
Right.
But my question is, how well does it work?
But it is a gamble in the sense people keep doing it, I think, because they'll have a really good one. And then they have one that just breaks even, or maybe they even have one that they lose money on. We lost money on one of them.
Yeah.
And then maybe they have a really good one again. So it's all right, we could do this. And it just keeps hope alive enough. So I bought my Polaris, my side-by-side, from Geo,
Mm-hmm.
who is the person who does Legend Supply, I think it's called.
Okay.
He's like one of the biggest car giveaway or truck giveaway. And that's his whole business model is giveaways.
Yeah.
It's his whole business model. He's like one of the OGs when it comes to that. Him, and then there's like the 51, 52 numbers
51,
combined.
something like that.
They're out west. I think
maybe I just
you might have
said
actually met
Jamie's
them.
company. I don't know, but I know who you're talking about.
But so it's their whole business model, right? And so I talked to him a little bit, and obviously he said, yeah, that's what we still do. It's still our bread and butter. He said I'm pretty sure he spends upwards of like close to or more than $1 million a month in Facebook ads alone.
A night. $1 million a month. Yeah.
Which is crazy. But it's not, because if you think about it, we spend, we probably spend in between 150 to 200,000 a month, maybe a little less than that, but no, that's a lot of money.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. Well, it's like, yeah, but that guy who's spending $1 million a month, he's making, $4
right.
back.
And the way that works is you only scale your ad if it's working, right? So there is an initial investment of like, you don't want to put $10 into an ad because it's not going to work. You got to let it learn, and so you got to put $500 into it, $1,000 into it, and give it some space to learn.
Yeah.
But then you don't spend beyond that unless you're getting the ROAS that you want to see.
Right.
So that number sounds scary, but it's pretty reasonable. But yeah, you're right. Like you're conservative. I'm more so now than I was. Like I think to build the business from the beginning, I was taking huge gambles.
Well, I think you have to.
You kind of have to
grow quickly, I guess. Like you can slowly build a company by being a little bit risk averse, but it's slow.
Yeah.
Like hero stories don't come from, moving slowly.
Yeah. And now we're moving slowly, but that's relative.
You're not moving slow at all. Trust me.
It's not. I know. I say that, but because it feels it compared to a few years ago. And it feels way more controlled than 3 years ago. But then if I actually think about it, it's not moving slow.
No, it's moving quite fast.
Yeah.
It's moving quite fast. I'm also insanely excited about where it's moving to. I like surprises. I don't know if you live in this world, but I like surprises. So I don't like talking about like videos we're going to make or series we're going to do.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you're good at that.
Yeah, but like I want to talk about this one because we have an opportunity that we can do that nobody else can do. And I really want to do it. And I want to do it right. And that is, we have all of these riders that we're following this year. Amateur, again, they've only seen one video. They've only seen one Alessandro video. Which, if you haven't seen the Alessandro video, please go watch the Alessandro video.
Yeah, very good. So thank you, Cam, for helping Ethan kind of whatever happened to get that where it was. That's exactly what I was kind of hoping would come out the other end.
Yeah, no, it came out great. And the next one's the Lawsons.
Cool.
That's this week. And it's really good. I mean, like the story they gave us was just like, that one just has like probably just a like next level like meaning to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
they're seasons pass holders. They're two brothers. So
yep.
Husband and wife with 2 kids. They went to a camp with us for the first time last summer, and then they got a seasons pass this year, and they're going to a whole bunch of them. So
yeah, they're using it.
Yeah.
I forgot. I guess the video will be out when this podcast comes out. So go watch the Lawson video too.
I'm excited to see that one.
Yeah, it's just like this beautiful story of family, and like they just have such a good outlook. You're gonna love it.
Yeah,
you're gonna love it. I absolutely.
Yeah, it's a high level family. That's a high level family.
I just loved the conversation.
Fit right in.
They were just like, the video opens, and again, I can talk about this because it'll be out, I think, by the time this podcast comes out. But the video opens with like, they're just like, it doesn't matter how long we're doing this for. If the kids want to do it, we're going to do it. And then, they go into some injury stuff that happened. And it's like, man, like, is this what we're going to do to bring our family together? You know what I mean? But the kids love dirt bikes, this, that, and the other thing. And usually like a story would then go to a place where it's like, yeah, success, like they're getting faster, like their racing's better or whatever. But the story ends with the dad, forgive me, I forget your name off the top of my head, but it's 9 a.m. recording a podcast. It's crazy. But the dad, the ending of the video is he's like, it's just a beautiful thing to be a parent.
Yeah.
And that's the success story rather than the racing results and all this stuff. It's just going to be a stellar video. Like, I'm so excited for that one.
That's funny that you just said that, because as you were explaining that and explaining the injuries and the bad, I was thinking to myself, if it's something I want to pursue with one of our kids and how mentally taxing that will be. And then I was literally in that moment thinking, well, whether it's injuries or success or whatever, it's all beautiful. And like, you can't avoid that. It's like avoiding the risk as a business owner. Like you want to enjoy those ups and those downs. You want to, like, that's literally what it's all about.
Yeah. Yeah. So they just gave us a beautiful story, just a beautiful story. So I'm super excited for that one. And then we'll have,
then what comes after that? More origin stories?
Yeah. So, I mean, just at 74MX, which we've shot 100 interviews since then, we have Elsa, we have Michael Avery, and we have Ty.
Okay.
And all of those are going to be good in their own right. I'm excited for Ty because of Loretta's. Now, this is where I was going with this. I need to get a list of names of any season's pass holder or ambassador, basically, who's making a Loretta's run this year. And we're going to make Road to Loretta's, basically, is my idea.
Okay.
Because we have the opportunity to do that where nobody else does, and it would be sick, dude. It would be absolutely sick.
Yeah, because to intertwine it with the Moto Academy storyline.
Yeah, because here's where I'm going with this. Like, the way that I see this going is like we're doing these origin stories and introducing characters right now. And I think that's where we have to start. But then everybody's getting mixed together in terms of content, right? So then the videos will have probably segments of each rider, right? Because you're not going to do check-ins all year long. That would just be boring. But when you have like the camp things and then something like Loretta's, where if we have amateur riders who are dedicated to the Moto Academy for the year and also trying to do a Loretta's run, checking in with all those guys and then kind of blending them all into one story, that's where I think we're headed.
Super cool.
Oh, it's going to be insane. It should be insane. So like what's convenient is the Northeast qualifier, or sorry, regional is at Southwick. So that one's really easy to get to for basically all of us. Also, why do you keep...
Oh, the regionals at Southwick?
The regional is at Southwick. Yeah, the like adult regional, the youth regional somewhere else.
Okay.
Yeah, talk about a home field advantage. Yeah. So
when is it?
It's
probably May or June.
I want to say May. I want to say May 5th, but I feel like I'm wrong.
Oh my gosh.
June.
Pardon me.
Oh, it's your birthday. It's on your birthday. Fun fact.
Shout out.
Yeah.
Shout
June
out.
5th through the 7th.
Well, shoot. Even if I went and did that, which would be fun.
Well, you got to...
I can't do Loretta's.
You got to qualify first.
Yeah, no, what I'm saying, doing it as in doing the regional. Well, and yes, I do have to qualify for that first as well. But let's hope I could qualify for the regional.
Holy cow.
That would be fun.
Yeah, that'd be sick.
That would be fun, but I can't do Loretta's because it's like a week after 2 weeks after the baby would. Just that would never work.
Yeah, that would.
But it would still be fun to do the regional.
Yeah, you should. Can we do it on like a 125 or something? Whew. I mean, you got to do it with some pizzazz. Can you ride like a 125 in 250 Pro Sport or something, and then
in the 450 class?
In the 450 class, wouldn't that be sick?
Well, the last time I did a 125 race at Southwick, I was on a bike that was not running well whatsoever, and I had a heck of a time. It was like at the National when they did at halftime they did the All-Star race.
Oh yeah.
I think I got maybe third or fourth.
When did that
fifth,
happen?
But I was on the worst running bike of all time. We're also worst handling bike.
When did you do that?
That was a while ago. I don't know.
125.
My guess is that was probably in between 2017 to 2019.
Oh, wow. So before me.
Could have been earlier than that. Yeah, could have been earlier than that even.
Yeah, I guess Southwick isn't the place to go on a 125 up against a bunch of four strokes, but
no, but that'd be fun. I'd love to. I'm really itching to just ride a lot, and it still hasn't kind of worked out that way yet. But
so do you have a dirt bike currently?
well, in my garage right now, no. Most of my bikes are on the rig going to these camps. I've got, what else do I have? I'm waiting for another Stark, the EX, so like the woods one.
Dude, that
is coming to my house.
That one's going to be sick.
So that would be fun. I think I've talked about this before, and it sounds prima donna, but you know what? That's me. I can't go just ride a gas bike if I don't have a mechanic.
Honestly, yeah, I get that.
You know?
Yeah. I get it for you.
Can anyone relate?
Well, when
I had a conversation with Adam Cincerillo, matter of fact, at Verona, and he obviously he's never had to work on his bike probably in his life. He completely agreed. He just said he doesn't ride that much because it's just a whole rigmarole with him having to, get the bike ready. I'm like, yep, I know.
Yeah,
I know,
dude. I did my first ride day up in Vermont this year.
Already?
Yeah, cut the bean track.
What?
Like we do every year.
Oh, you did?
It was pretty bad because it was about 6 inches of mud and then the ground was still frozen under that.
Yikes.
Yeah, it was rough.
Was it cold outside or did you catch one of the nice
70.
days?
It was
nice.
beautiful. You're right. This is what I'm saying. So like
So you beaned it up?
We made the bean. We cut the bean.
Shout out bean.
Yeah, rode the bean for a while. And then, but yeah, we found just like a gravelly part of the pumpkin patch basically, and then just cut it on a turn track. It was great.
Oh, wow.
Two things that I learned is I still suck at riding, which is fine. And then, wait, where else was I going with that?
Bike maintenance?
Oh, yeah, I was cleaning it for as long as I was riding it. Right.
Totally.
So it's like, and you do the oil every time you ride. You do the air filter every time you ride. You do the chain every few times.
It's just a lot.
It's a lot of work. And then when you have things like Starks and you just don't have to, you could just go ride it. You know what I mean?
I know. Single-handedly, by far, nothing even comes close. That is the biggest selling point of that bike for me. And yes, I'm partnered with them, but to be honest, I don't, you know me, I don't have any sponsors for a reason because I'm selfish in that I only care about the Moto Academy. And it just makes sense because that bike has got my name written all over it. I hadn't washed the one bike that was in my garage for well over a year. And I just kept riding it in the woods, in the mud, and it just never had to didn't wash it.
Yeah.
Didn't wash it. I would just every once in a while, I guess, spray off, the chain or kind of like the mechanical stuff, the sprockets, make sure there wasn't stuff wedged in there, but not really.
Yeah.
It was fine. The thing is just the tank. And when you get used to that, so when you're a rider that's always had a mechanic work on your bikes, and then you get a Stark and you realize you don't have to touch it. Like there's no part of me that has any drive to work on a bike ever. And I don't want to be closed-minded, but because that's not a good lesson maybe to teach a kid either, but is it? I don't know. Because I picture having a kid and part of it would be the fun of the dad and the kid working on the bike.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Like you're not someone who would classify as lazy.
Yeah, there's other things we can do together.
If you classified as lazy, then it's like, okay, go work on your dang dirt bike, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think if your kids want to ride, you're working on a two-stroke. There's no way around it. You're going to have to figure that out.
Well, no, because then we just have a mechanic.
Oh, right.
Right? I don't know. I think of like Deegan. Do you think Deegan's been working on their kids' bikes this whole time? I don't think so.
Oh, gosh, no. You know what's so funny is I remember this one video and Kip was like, what? Like, what? And in their video, like, Daddy Deegs, whatever the heck you call him. He was like, yeah, I remember the days, and he's showing this bin full of used air filters. He's like, I remember when I was a kid, like I had to clean my air filters. And they just use the one-use ones. And I'm just like, what?
Oh, yeah.
And Kip was like, what is that? Like, it's like, you mean they just use the air filter once and then get rid of it? Like, yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, and I don't think, I mean, maybe old man Deeks, correct me if I'm wrong here, but maybe he was working on bikes when the kids were
Yeah.
little to some extent, but I don't really, I have zero drive to do that. Zero. Zero, especially like on a 50 or something like that. Are you kidding me? No way.
Dude, yeah.
No
See,
way. Like the little danger there that was with us at Arizona camp.
yeah.
Shout out, by the way, probably the best example of an ambassador that we have, as far as like the posts that he puts out sometimes are so good.
Yeah.
But his dad every day had that e-bike apart, changing the gears because it was like grinding the gears of the e-bike. And I thought the e-bikes were not any maintenance involved. And he's like changing the gears out every day.
Oh my gosh.
Like internally in this motor.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, what the heck?
Yeah. I don't know. It can be fun. It can be fun. Like, cause like for me, like it'll be me and my buddies and we'll have a garage night and then, get everything done that we need to. The other thing is like, in terms of like normal maintenance, dude, you can get it done pretty quick. The thing that takes a while is washing the thing. But even that isn't.
But
so
think
bad.
about when you have a kid, you can't, I just think of like this on a scale of selfishness. Like, are you going to take a day or a half day to go ride and then go back to back with that straight into a garage night with the guys? Like,
yeah,
no.
not happening. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, your time becomes so limited if you're trying to be intentional with how you're spending it, that it's tough. It's tough. That's why honestly, and I don't just say this to butter people up, I give so much respect to all of the everyday 9 to 5 or just normal people that are doing this as a hobby.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't their profession, just to be, whether it's them or their kids or their whole family, getting the bikes ready, going through the injuries and the ups and downs of the whole thing, just the commitment level to participate in this sport on a recreational level is unbelievable. It's unbelievable to me.
Yeah.
Because dude, again, like I am a prima donna, but it's like, I can't even fathom. I guess I committed to it, that level of commitment. I mean, I rode from the time I was 2. It was all I did. It was all I knew. But it's just crazy. It's crazy when you think about that. There's families doing that without for me, I like knew I was going to go pro. So it was like, this is my career path and it's my only career path. These are families just doing it because they love it.
Mm-hmm.
It's wild.
Yeah. Did your dad do the work on your bikes?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That might have been 95% of his stress was him trying to keep my bikes going. And he never felt confident enough in his ability. For some reason, like the memory I have my dad working on the bike specifically while at the races is a couple of things. And for anybody that's kind of was in our circle, you're going to laugh when you hear this because it's just like, this was Tony Cat. Changing the air filter so many times throughout the day, it was insane. I mean, I no exaggeration, probably would change 6 to 10 air filters a day.
Oh my gosh.
Just throughout a race day. Just out of, I think, pure paranoia, right? Also would go super old school and crazy amounts of grease all over the brim of this air. I mean, grease and everything. So just, it was, nothing was clean about this process. Also would check tire pressure a million times throughout the day. Completely unnecessary. And even more unnecessary than that, would check and readjust my chain tension constantly. So anybody that would come over to the pit area to like hang out or have a conversation would then be brought into, hey, do you think the chain tension's good? Right? He never like thought he had it right. So he'd always bring in another opinion.
Yeah.
And I remember that more than anything. It was just my dad asking people, hey, you think the chain tension, you think that's okay? You think not just too tight? Is that all right? Just all day long.
Okay. To be fair, chain tension is a mystery to me. You can make a tiny little adjustment and it's way too tight. You can go a little bit back the other way and it's way too loose. And it's like, what? Like,
especially on certain bikes.
Yeah.
Like on my Hondas as of recent, yeah, you could go from way too loose to way too tight in the tiniest little turn of that thing. I'm like, what is going on here?
What happened to your race bike? Did Dan keep that?
Dan's got, my last year's race bike, Dan has it. It's up in the shop.
Okay, so
it was kind of waiting for its next appearance. Now it's too far gone, so I guess it's just a showpiece.
Well, they have to be within 2 years, right?
Right. Yeah, so that's a 23, or it might even have been a 22.
Yeah, it was probably
and I just used it 2 years in a row.
Yeah, I think you did. I think it was a 22.
Yeah. Yeah, so that bike's
retired,
outdated at this point, but I love that bike.
Yeah. Yeah.
Suspension could have been better, but I was pretty darn comfortable on that bike.
Dude, you need to ride. Well, we need to do.
I love it. I still do love it.
We need to get you set up with. I cut this out of the last podcast, but I guess I'll say it. Well, we need to get you set up with the POV live stream kit, and then go ride.
Oh, you cut this out of the last podcast?
Yeah, because I wanted it to be a surprise, and because I just don't want somebody. There's some people who just like to take things, and I want to do it first. True. But that'd be so sick for you because you could just be like, all right, I'm going to go ride. And then you could just live stream the whole time and talk to people. It'd be brilliant.
Yeah. Yeah. And I don't know if you and I, how much we talked about the next state. I need a property.
Yes.
And we're looking, we went to, 2 days ago, maybe we drove to a property in Rehoboth in Mass, and you should have seen this place. I mean, the reason we wouldn't go forward with it is because of the location. We're being really, really, really particular in the location, which is making it very difficult. But this Rehoboth property, it was 100 acres. It's still on the market. Somebody could probably find it as I'm describing it. I think it was in between $3 to $4 million, probably like 3.9. It's been on the market for a little while. It has like 2 or maybe 3 houses on the property. It has a massive barn. Might even have an indoor. Oh, no, it did. It had an indoor riding arena that's heated.
What?
With apartments that overlook it for horses, right? But you could totally use it for Starks and e-bikes.
Right. Yeah.
Because I wouldn't want to have the gas bikes inside. A few reasons. One, it is extremely loud. 2, it's the fumes make you feel like no matter how well you ventilate that thing, it's not well enough. It's like you're getting carbon monoxide poisoning every time. And because of that, you just reek. Everything reeks. So it's like if I do an indoor place, I'd probably want it to just be e-bikes, but a heated indoor place with apartments and offices and workshops that overlook it. Like I said, 100 acres. So just like beautiful property.
Yeah.
A pool. I mean, it'd be a resort retreat, which is what we're looking for.
Right.
And you should see some of the properties that we're finding. They're ridiculous. When we do this, people are going to be like, what the heck?
Yeah.
Because it's going to be so me.
But you'd live there.
It's just going to, right.
Okay.
That's the idea. It's going to be over the top. It's going to be like a luxury high-end resort retreat. It's easy to do that if you're in the East Bum F in middle of, nowhere, but this is the hard part. We're trying to put ourselves in a spot that's like right there in the mix.
Yeah, that's impossible.
It's not easy
and expensive. I was gonna say you can get 100 acres down south for not much money.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
No, and our budget's high. Like we have a big budget to be able to try and do this thing. But even then, there's no options. If there were, we would have tried to do it.
I think Massachusetts is acceptable too because you actually get a lot of riding in Massachusetts. You get like 2 or 3 months more than I do, and I'm only 3 hours north, like I'm pretty sure tracks in Massachusetts are opening this weekend. And
are they?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. 123 was open last weekend.
Jeez.
I know. It's incredible. They grind over
and especially if you have an indoor option.
Yeah. But that's the thing.
Even if it's just for Starks and for the e-bikes, but if you had an indoor option to supplement during the winter, there's no reason. We're looking in New England. We're looking I'm open-minded to being on the coast in California, but that's really hard. It's like, where can you find, you can kind of find property in like Carmel, which is a little bit more Northern California, or it is Northern California. And we haven't been there yet. So I'm not sold on it.
Yeah.
Hawaii is a cool option, but it's so far.
Yeah, it's far away.
And there's good properties there. I mean, there's really good properties there.
We would love to live in California.
Allie keeps saying
I mean, Grady and I love California. We go a couple times a year. I've gone once a year, I think every year for the last 15 years, maybe.
And remind me again, where's your family friends that
So
where are
Long
they?
Beach.
Long Beach. And what are the neighboring
Long Beach
coastal
is
towns?
due west of LA, basically. It's the coast of Los Angeles, if you will.
So it's probably one or two towns north of like Laguna,
Yep.
or a few
A
towns
few
north of
towns north of Laguna.
Okay.
It's like one or two towns north of Huntington.
Okay.
Is where we
Because
usually go.
Laguna's been my favorite spot I've been to California so far.
Yeah, but I think you'd get
By far.
tired of it because it's a little touristy. Like, it is pretty.
Super. And it's very small. Like, there's not much to it.
Yeah.
It's all kind of like right there, and there's not a whole lot to do.
Yeah, it's funny.
And it's extremely touristy. Like, the main road there was just jam-packed.
I talk to Ryan Pavich about it all the time because he lives in California, and it just drives me nuts because the weather's always perfect. You know, obviously the problem with California is it's just so expensive. Like, it's just outrageously expensive, and you get a lot, right? You get perfect weather. You know what I mean? But in terms of dirt bikes, I hear the dirt's terrible. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
At least in Southern California. I think in Northern California it gets better, maybe. You would probably know better than I would.
I mean, well, but if you're comparing it, like a lot of what you ride isn't the greatest either. It's like a lot of rocky stuff, probably.
It's either sand
just what
or
you're used to.
clay, basically. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of just what you're used to. I mean, I think there's a lot of California tracks that do a really good job of prepping the dirt and making it decent.
Have you? Sorry.
But yeah, I mean, they're just the homes are expensive. Fuel is expensive.
Oh,
Groceries are expensive. Yeah, I guess pretty much everything is expensive.
Yeah,
there.
you got to make. Yeah, and is it really worth it? Because I look at Vermont and I'm like, Vermont's expensive, dude. Like, but
Right.
also,
but there's a lot of things there that are really inexpensive, right?
sure, yeah, but also, the tough part about Vermont is either you're in the middle of nowhere and it's fine, but if you live anywhere near town or civilization, it's just not worth it. And the reason I say it's not worth it is because, like, Vermont's beautiful, right? But I would say an average home, you're in the $500,000 range. But the problem is the home is 200 years old. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like it wasn't built 20 years ago. Like, it's on a stone foundation and falling apart.
There's bats in it.
And there's bats in it. Oh, my God. You remember that, dude?
I'll never forget
Pro dirt
that.
bike rider hides under the covers with a bat comes out. That's freaking believable.
Yeah, so that's where we're at. It's tough. Like, we are so open to anywhere. We're open to literally anywhere, and we can't figure it out.
Charleston.
The latest place
let's go to Charleston.
That was kind of on our,
I said, let's go to Charleston. That's where we want to go. But
Charleston. Oh, really? So we need to, I think, reopen our minds to one of the Carolinas, but I don't think we will, because it's like, I don't know, just there's something about it that doesn't feel right. There's even something about Florida that doesn't feel right.
Interesting.
It just feels, I don't know, kind of like humid and sticky and kind of gross, and I don't know, a lot of cement.
Have you ever been to Charleston?
At least in Florida, for sure, a lot of cement.
Have you ever been to Charleston?
Yes, but we haven't really given it a
shake. Yeah. The thing is, I've never been to Charleston. I've been in South Carolina a bunch of times, and I see what it costs to live there, and I'm very interested.
Right.
And
but that's,
but Charleston is like known for like culinary stuff, I think. Like nice restaurants, like stuff like that. And everybody I know who's gone to Charleston is like, this is the greatest place ever. Also, I hear Wilmington, North Carolina is really nice. Little bit smaller vibe, but
we heard the same about like a Savannah, Georgia.
Interesting.
As far as there being a cool scene,
there's no ocean
food
there.
And all of the things. And then I think it's a very different experience when you just go for a weekend to hang out versus trying to live in a place like that. Like, we lived in Savannah.
Oh wait, you said Savannah. Sorry.
Yeah, and we lived there, and it was not good.
When did you live in Savannah?
Super dangerous, actually.
What?
People were getting stabbed left and right.
What?
every honestly, at least every weekend, but it seemed like every other day there was somebody getting shot or stabbed.
Forgive me. There's
Now, I don't know if
definitely
it's
ocean in
still like
Savannah.
that, but I
Wait,
don't
when
know.
did
And
you
like
lived
when
in Savannah?
yeah, this was 20, 2015, 2016, maybe.
Why?
Right before we moved to Virginia. Because there was a facility that was opening and it was supposed to be this, it was sold to me as this big next thing. And I thought that there was the opportunity and it made sense. So I was the head coach, and then I was like building the track, and then I was like, it turned into me kind of trying to do everything to get this place to be a thing.
What? Do I know this?
Huh? You don't know this?
I don't know.
Yeah, this was I was on a Suzuki, right? Was I? No. I was on a Kawasaki, so it was 2016. Kawasaki number 86 on a 450. I was really fast that year. I tore my ACL that year, but kept making all the mains in the 450 class. Yeah, it was a place in the middle of nowhere. It was called Moto VIP in Georgia. Amazing dirt.
Huh.
Cool chunk of property, but I'm talking middle of absolute nowhere. So Allie and I moved to Savannah, Georgia. I drove a Volkswagen TDI that I bought for a few $1,000, like a diesel Volkswagen.
Okay.
Drove it 2 hours every day and spent all day. I mean, I was busting out 15-hour days every single day at this place because I was teaching, I was riding for myself to train for Supercross, and I was working the equipment to try and build a track because like the track wasn't being built. So I was like I haven't never told you the story of like being in this crappy little excavator, and I'm trying to like clear trees, and a log got jammed through it and it got stuck going, and like the log came through the front and then out the back, and like I had to dodge getting killed by this log.
No, I don't. I really, listen, I forget things sometimes, but I don't think I've heard this story before. I feel like I would have remembered.
Oh my God. Yes. And then, you know, Supercross starts, and I was making all I had top 15s. Like I was quite good in the 450 class that year, and then tear my ACL. And now I'm at the lowest of that was the worst year of, I think, both Allie and my lives.
Seriously?
Lives.
Dang.
Like by far, it was low of the low. Like we hated where we lived. I was commuting 2 hours to work. We had no money. I tore my ACL, and then when I tore my ACL, I even drove Uber for like a week because I was kind of like in this funk where I didn't know what to do. It wasn't even to earn more money. It was just like, I don't even know what to do with myself right now. And I drove Uber in my brand new stupid BMW. I mean, I was such an idiot. Because the TDI broke, and I brought it to Volkswagen, and they were kind of being shady and not wanting to help resolve the situation. And so I thought that I would, you know, I'm going to show them. And I walk across the street and I buy a BMW to just in vain of
just to tell
this
them.
Volkswagen place. And dude, I mean, you know, buying a car is the worst thing you could possibly do with your money. And especially buying like a 3 Series base model. Like this thing dropped $20,000 when it left the dealership floor, probably.
Yeah.
And I was paying that thing off for forever.
Dude.
Just an idiot. I was an idiot. But anyways, I think we learned our lesson on a southern city like that. And Charleston might be very different. Savannah might be very different now. Who knows?
I don't know. Never been.
A lot of times when you talk about expensive versus inexpensive locations to live, there's a reason places are expensive.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
There's a reason why places are inexpensive, I think. So it's the tail of the tape a little bit when it comes to, you can kind of just judge, is this a spot I'd want to be or not, just based on how expensive or inexpensive it is, sort of. Unless it's completely, nobody's found it yet, which how is that? We're in 2026.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Dude, but gosh, the Carolinas, they got good dirt bike tracks. They have affordable living. They got the ocean. I mean, it's like the only thing.
Is the ocean nice there?
I mean, it's the ocean. I think for me, like, I love the mountains, right? That's one of my favorite things about Vermont is I love the mountains. I don't know if I'd ever buy a house in the mountains here because you're too far from everything, you know? Like
Mhm.
from where I live, like I can look at them and they look nice, right? But I'd be missing that for sure.
Big time.
But we have no dirt bike tracks. I mean, you probably know this as well as I do. The thing that's keeping us here is the people, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we've lived here our whole lives for generations. It's like it would be so hard to leave the people. You can always come back, but
Yeah.
it'd be a tough thing to do is to walk away. So, but I think we might because we're in the situation where I'm like, if I live here for the rest of my life, I just feel like I'm going to wish we tried to go somewhere else, you know? So I think we got to try it. Like because Grady and I have even had conversations. We're like, what if we just rented in California for a year or two and just lived
Yeah,
in
totally.
California for a year or two? You know what I mean? Like you don't have to go and buy a house somewhere necessarily. Right. So,
There's no reason why you can't. Knowing you and how freaking conservative you are, you probably have plenty of money saved up somewhere. Probably way more money than you would ever need saved up somewhere. Probably way more money than me saved up somewhere. And you can easily go and just explore. And you wouldn't have to look at it as a fail if you went out and explored and came back home.
yeah.
It would just be an adventure. I know for us, like environment change has been the most important thing that we could have possibly ever done.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because when you change your environment, everything changes. So I guess that also depends, like how content are you? That's the problem with us now is we're really content.
Mm.
So we'd be okay with not changing environment. But at the same time, I think are you just settling at that point? Is there more to explore? I don't know.
Well, Millie's
Those
going to
are all the
have
questions I
a
ask.
big piece to play, like as soon as she's in school. Right. And like that's when I imagine it would be really hard to move. Right. So maybe I'm making that up. Maybe I'm projecting that on myself, but I definitely feel like, it'd be easier to move around now than it will be later. Right. So
Yeah, you would think.
you would think.
You would think. I think you still have plenty of time. But yes, I mean, if you picture a kid in school at 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 years old, it's going to be harder to move them away from all their friends.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. Every time I mention,
I think
sorry, I keep cutting you off today.
Yeah, you and I. Well, we're sorry. I keep cutting you off. Our thing is just off enough.
our call here.
It's like a 1 second off.
Well, what I was going to say is like every time we talk about like what if we just lived in California for a year? Like I don't know. I'd try it. Like the only place I would want to ideally not live is the desert, right? So like my buddy Jack lives in Phoenix, and like all of my family's in Phoenix, and like Sedona's beautiful. Like there are pretty places. I don't think I'd live in the desert. You know, like
Coming from New England, the desert feels a little bit like death.
yeah, it's just a little too far. Like that's a bit too extreme. But I would love to live near water somewhere. I think that would be pretty cool. That's enough. Like we live in the mountains now. I think if we lived near water, that would be cool. But dude, the Carolina dirt, that red clay. Oh, it's so good. It's so good. The best dirt I think I've ever ridden in was Next Level 101. Have you been there?
Moto Academy, I feel like has been there, but I don't think I have.
Yeah, I think
Really
Daniel
good?
Blair was there for a while, and then he moved to Club. I think, right? Is he at Club now?
Oh, that's why it sounds familiar. So I don't know. Maybe we have not been
Oh,
there.
it's phenomenal.
I
Dirt,
certainly, I don't think have.
Yeah,
But dirt's good.
dirt's sick. Yeah, I mean, I wanted to go to. When are you guys going to CGI? That's soon, isn't it?
Yeah, that would be end of April, end of April.
I imagine it would be similar, maybe.
That dirt gets really hard.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
Next Level is just, oh my gosh, it was like what?
I mean, it's
dreams
good
I
when
had.
it's good. You know, some of the best dirt I've ever
What?
ridden? Club MX, probably.
Club, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't really get that hard and baked out. Sure, it does, but it's like they never let it get that way. And it's really the perfect It's basically the perfect dirt.
Yeah, they do a good job.
Yep.
They do a good job. Do you want to
Yep.
humor Ethan for a little while?
Sure.
So Ethan has given us questions, a list of questions, and he wants us to answer those questions as a pro rider, and then me answer them as a C-class rider, which is on brand for the both of us, which is good. The first one is not related to that, so sorry, Ethan, you're gonna have to do some editing. So the first question, I got a message from Fire at Will this week.
Oh, I did too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, or last week. Yeah, he reached out on Instagram. I forget what the heck we were talking about.
I guess he was.
Yeah, what did he say? What did he reach
Well,
out?
he gave me a podcast question, and we've had this question before, but it was years and years ago. Fire at Will was a trip winner. I think he was my last trip winner before. I think. Anyway,
he went to Jet and Hunter's house.
Yeah, he had
the dog pound. Like he had an epic trip.
Nobody gets to do that. Like nobody gets to do that. Anyway, okay, you know this question, and I think it's changed. I think the answer has changed. Okay. The question is, what is the smallest bike, CC wise, that you think you could beat me on? If I was on my 250.
Do you remember my other answer?
No, I don't remember. It was years ago. Okay. But
the smallest CC bike that I could beat you on. Can you name a track so I can kind of picture a track in my mind?
So the track matters, I think. I want to say,
does, definitely.
I don't know, 508 or 23, your choice.
Oh, well, boy, two totally different types
I know,
of tracks.
But it's your choice.
Let's do 23, more technical.
Yeah, because 508's wide open, right? So like Ross bike speed would play more of a factor. So 23.
So MX23, technical track, just for those of you that don't know what it is. MX23 in somewhere in Mass, Brookfield, Mass. Technical track, gets rutted, a lot of trees.
Loamy, wood chips.
Good amount of jumps. I could beat you on a 65.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know.
A good one. So now it would have to be, just like a fresh 65 with, if I could get the clickers a little stiffer. Because then the next jump up from there, 85 for sure.
I think 85. I feel like I'd have a chance with you on a 65.
Yeah, but that's where the line would be drawn. Yeah. 85, I'm like not even 99% sure. I'm 100% sure. 65, 65, I'm pretty sure. Because dude, 65s are fast.
Yeah, I mean, but
we need to do this because that would be
23
hilarious to just watch.
Yeah, I know, but 23, you aren't jumping the jumps on a 65. That center table.
But like, look at but I could scrub him so fast. Carson Brown just posted a video of him on a Cobra 65. Well, did you see that?
Carson Brown's a freak of nature. Okay, you're not Carson Brown. I mean,
I'm as good as Carson Brown. He's way lighter than me.
Well, but so you
that
can put him on a PW50 and he'd probably beat me because he just rides them all the time. You know?
I know, but I do too.
PW50s? No, you do ride 65s.
Not PW50s, but I ride all the bikes all the time.
I mean, we can make that. That could be the next. We could do that, and we probably should this summer, honestly.
Well, let's do it because Dave works for Cobra now too, so it could be this could be a video that makes a lot of sense. And
does it?
Yeah, I think that would be hilarious.
Dude, one of the ideas,
because I'm not sure. I mean, both obviously we're kind of having the debate right now. Like, I kind of think I could. You kind of think like this is a legit video.
Well, are we dropping a gate or are we doing lap times?
Well, that's a totally different ballgame too. I think because I would need to rely on momentum. So if I was in a race with you,
I could.
Then I think I might get even more screwed. I think it'd be fun to do it as a race.
Well, I think it'd be more entertaining video wise as a race, but also it would be probably closer if it was lap time based. See, my problem is I can't turn, dude. Like I can go straight.
Like you hit the step up. You hit the step up.
Oh
right?
yeah, I can do everything at 23 now.
I could probably jump down to 65, but it'd be tight. You do all the other jumps? Yeah. Okay. See, there's some tabletops that come out of the corners there that I don't think I could jump on a 60.
Well, there's like the setup table before the giant middle table that I don't always make, but I can make.
So I wouldn't jump either of those, but I could scrub them fast.
Yeah, you could. So, okay. I think Yeah, we might have to give it a
Yeah,
shot.
because that's a fire wheel great
Because that's my
question.
thing is like I
Because
can hit obstacles well now. I feel like I'm starting
yeah,
to learn how to scrub off speed, all that stuff. I can't turn, dude.
right. Well, that's what I'm thinking. I'm like, I feel like I'd get you in the corners, but the corners would be by far the hardest part in the 65 because momentum.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean, you definitely got me on an 85, but a
but
65
dude,
would
they're
be close.
fast. It's like, have you ridden a 65 lately?
No.
It's way faster than what you would imagine.
Really?
The hardest part is just controlling the small little wheels when you're that heavy because it just wants to kind of dart everywhere.
Yeah.
But as far as power wise, it's not like you're riding and going, oh, this thing's slow. It's like, whoa, this is way too fast for how small this little bike is.
Right.
So it's more of managing just controlling it. Same thing with an 85. I mean, it's plenty fast enough.
Yeah, we should
Just
probably try
the
it.
little wheels, it's easy to, when you're heavy on it, it kind of like, and you're bottoming out the suspension, that just kind of like dart left and right by mistake.
So
That would be, this is fun. We definitely
I think we got to do that. Dude, are you going to do anything in Vermont? And you're not doing anything in Vermont this year, are you?
I would like to go I'd like to go see Shelby and go kind of do what we did a couple of years ago.
Yeah, well, so Ryland's coming up in a couple months just to see Shelby, I think.
Okay, so maybe we could
But what I was going to say is
try and time it.
you got to hit these jumps we built at Andy's. Like the
yeah.
hand-built
That looks fun.
kickers. Like I have a kid. Have you ever heard the name Christian Putri?
Yeah. Yes. His dad, was his dad the one running the derby track at one point?
It's
Like, does he drive monster
he
trucks
does
too?
drive monster trucks. Yes.
Yeah, he used to go in my classes, like OG classes. He's one of my probably first ever students.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, far out. Okay, I didn't know that. Well, Christian is a sicko, and like he does freestyle shows.
He does?
Oh, he's a psychopath on a dirt bike. Yeah, it's the craziest. It's the craziest thing I've ever seen.
That's so funny.
So-
Yeah, last time I would have saw him, maybe he was just getting on 85s, I feel like.
Yeah, so he's doing like the freestyle shows at the monster truck events. So, and he's legit. Like I don't think he can flip yet, but he's doing legit stuff. It's pretty wild. But anyway, I want to get
Super cool.
I'm going to get him to Andy's because that hand-built jump is almost to scale a freestyle ramp. The only difference is it's a little bit steeper.
And have you cleared it?
Have I? Yeah. So we built two. There's one that's super short and steep and 75 feet to the downside. And then
Oh, it's 75 feet also?
yeah, no, it's like very close, but it's just hand built, right? And then we built another one that's 110 to the downside. Like huge.
And have you cleared that one?
That one's really fun.
Okay.
Dude, I'm not scared of jumps anymore. Like,
That's funny.
I'm not going to tell you why on the podcast because I want my video to come out first, but but I think you know why.
But fire at will, great question. Because yes, we need to.
Okay, we'll try to make that
We
happen.
need to do that, and yes, I'll do a trip to Vermont. I'll bring the Stark.
Yeah. Dude, I need a
We'll do some
Stark.
freak style.
Stark, if you're listening to this, just help a brother out. We've spoken before. just help a brother out. I'll get you lots of views. It'll be great.
Yeah,
Anyway.
yeah. I'd say it'd be worth it on there.
Yeah, I thought so too. I'm working on it. Okay, let's do this question and answer thing. You're supposed to answer as a pro rider. I'm supposed to answer as a C-class rider. Got it?
Got it.
Okay, question, and there's a bunch of these, so let's just fire through them. Question number 1, what are you thinking right before you hit a big jump?
I've got this.
Yeah, that's not what I'm thinking. I'm thinking, you know what actually I'm thinking? Is it worth it?
Is it worth it?
Yeah,
That's pretty
That's
good.
legitimately my question on most obstacles that I'm unsure of. I'm like, do I need to do this or could I just go home today?
That's funny. Yeah, I do have that conversation with myself, but not in a doubting type of way. It's more of a funny, like, why am I doing this? Like how crazy are dirt bikers that this is normalized? Like, it always happens at class. There's 2 tabletops and they're just close enough together. Or there was an indoor track I just went to, Route 62 in Ohio, and there was a rhythm section that I knew nobody else had did. but I'm like, I could do it. But there's no reason for me to do it. But there's something deep down inside that I want to do it. So I'll have the conversation of like, oh, that's funny. Like, why do I need to do that? But as I'm actually approaching the jump, yeah, I feel pretty confident.
A good example of this internal conversation for me is the Intimidator at Jolly's. And like, I've done it enough now where it's like just part of the track, but that track just is ruined if you're not hitting that jump. Because you can hit everything else super easy and then you're rolling this one table. It's like, are you kidding me? This jump is very scary to hit because it's blind, it's steep, the whole deal. But once you put it all together, it's so worth it. So like every time I'm there, this internal conversation, I'm like, yeah, we got to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's funny though. I've got this versus, is it worth it?
I don't know if it's worth it. Okay.
That's a good one.
Okay. Next question is, what feels fast to you, but actually isn't?
What feels fast to me, but actually isn't? It depends how long I haven't ridden for.
Could be everything.
If I haven't ridden for a while, everything feels fast to me. What feels fast to me, but actually isn't? Do you have an answer off the top of your head?
You could go a lot of different directions with that, right? Like holding it. I think the question's leading me to say like holding it wide open, but you're in second gear type of thing. But I think actually, legitimately, for me, it's riding in sand.
Oh.
Because it feels fast, but you're actually going nowhere.
I can agree with that, especially when the last time I really rode sand was like around Hunter at Jet and Hunter's house.
Yeah.
So you want to talk about
feeling
like I kind of had a flow through there, and then all of a sudden Hunter just comes through like lofting across the top. So I'm like, what the heck?
Yeah.
What feels fast but isn't? I don't know. That's a harder question for me to answer.
Apparently, according to our earlier conversation, I'm 65. So I don't know where we can go with this one, but when you're riding bad, what do you blame first?
Oh, arm pump?
Oh, that's a good answer.
What about you?
I thought you would have said the bike, actually.
Well, yeah, I guess a lot of times it certainly can be the bike.
I don't know what riding good feels like would be my answer. So it's kind of, I don't blame anything. How do you approach a track you've never ridden before?
I can follow. This is actually a cheat code. I can pick the best person that's out on the track, and I can follow them by like 150, 200 feet behind them, and I can jump literally everything first lap just by listening to their bike and watching where their head is. It's a cheat code to like learning a track in an expedited way. I can do everything first lap perfectly clean.
Interesting.
As long as you pick the right person to follow.
Interesting.
What about you?
I watch a YouTube video.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That's good.
Yeah. That's why we started doing track reviews, because like I always look for videos.
That's a good tip for anybody, by the way. Yeah. That's a great thing to
do. Okay. I hate this one. What's your mindset when someone faster than you is behind you?
Oh, very different nowadays. It used to be, I'm going to let this guy go so I can maybe just figure out what he's doing. So I would basically immediately go to, I'm going to let this person pass me. And that might not have been the answer you were expecting from the pro guy. What's yours? Don't get landed on?
Oh my gosh. Actually, yeah. You know how much it's actually kind of scary how much that goes through my head, because like,
yeah, me too.
I feel like with technique and also my risk tolerance, like I am 100% more scared of the people around me than just like, if the track was just me, like I really wouldn't even be thinking about it. You know what I mean? But yes, I'm terrified of getting landed on. But no, I think also we're kind of at the level with mid-pack too, where it's like, you can tell when somebody knows who you are on the track. Have you ever had that?
Yeah.
Like you go to a public track, and if somebody like faster than you knows who you are and like wants to be in the video, like this happens to me now.
Oh,
and it gets hairy. And it gets hairy. And it's like, I'm never going to post that clip of you trying to kill me. You know what I mean? But yeah, usually it's just get the frick out of the way because I don't care. I'm not racing. It's practice. And when I am racing, well, you're probably going to pass me anyway. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so that's funny. So you have people hopping in behind you or in front of you to try to get into a video.
Yeah, I've had
'cause
that
they
a
know
few
that
times.
You do videos.
Yeah.
Yeah, for me, it's maybe there's a little bit of that happens. Rarely, right? I guess because you'd have to be pretty fast. But growing up, especially, it would. And I was a person that did this too. So I would people would hop in behind me when I'm 25 minutes into a 30-minute moto.
Yeah.
You know, I think some fast guys can maybe relate to that, where it's like, all right, really? Like, it's just kind of bad etiquette. But also, it's helpful for the person that's doing it. I remember at Rocky Hill in Connecticut, I would hop in behind like LaRusso or Dowd or any of these fast guys that maybe happened to show up and be there. And I didn't care where they were in their moto. If they were 1 lap in or 20, like I just wanted to, but if I was ready and ready to hit the track, I wanted to go out near somebody that was fast so that way I can go faster.
Yeah.
But
that's fair.
Yeah.
Seems fair. Okay, next question. Why do most riders stay stuck at the same speed?
Because they have horrible technique.
I was going to say because you're like me and you can't turn, but yeah. Dude, I can't turn.
Yeah, well,
it drives me nuts. I feel like I'd literally be B class if I could figure out how to turn.
Yeah, that's a mental block, obviously.
Yeah, I think
so there's something going on. I wonder what it is specifically. Have you ever hurt yourself in a turn?
No. I think honestly, I just look down. I think like I can't get past a mental block of like, I can look beyond this rut and it'll be fine. Like, I think that's always been my problem, you know?
Yeah. And maybe because you had historically a mental block when it came to jumps, maybe you use the turns as like what Brett Q would say, like to get around the corner to get back to the next jump.
Yeah. He said it so well.
However he said it, it was a great little mantra, but maybe that's what you were using it as. Like, this turn is just to get me to the next thing that I'm afraid of.
You're right.
And so you probably just never focused on turns as actual piece of the track, tying it together, which is sort of how I would ride Supercross, because more so for me being out of shape a lot of the years that I did it, I would have to use the turns as like, let's take a break for a second and reset.
Right.
So I wouldn't, as opposed to, like that's where you're making up your time.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean,
because I don't see anything glaringly wrong when I watch you turn.
No, I think the technique is fine. I'm just gosh darn slow. Like the difference between me and Cole's my buddy who's B class, is he can just turn. Like, he carries so much momentum through the turns. And I'm just like, I almost come to a dead stop every corner. You know what I mean? It's just a mental block that I can't get past. But like, if I could figure that out this year, everything would just flow so much better,
Yeah, you'll be able to. That's easy.
I hope so.
That's easy. Well, hey, we have a 7-day rut course coming out for free in the app, so you could watch that.
Oh, okay, yes, I actually have watched that already because it's in our.
Is it good? Is it like whereabouts is it?
Yeah, and by watch that I mean I watched the first one. The first one was good, but
okay. And for like a completed product of the first episode?
I just got a bunch of notifications in Frame that they're all coming in. So. Which cool. I need to show you how to use after this. Anyway, next.
By the way, just to get it on your radar, I don't want to dispose of the 21-day jump course. I want to recycle that back in, and pitch it, sell it differently. I also think I was thinking of this last night before I go to bed. So let me say all this before I forget. These courses are so good that they can definitely be just. The marketing can be tweaked and they can be reutilized again 3 months, 6 months, a year down the road.
Okay.
So I want to keep that on our radar. I think that we should be doing paid Facebook ads and proper ads around these. Like, look at some of the content that we the reels that we had put out right when the jump course released, those killed it.
Yeah.
If we had paid money behind some of those ones that already just did well organically, and it was an ad,
Right.
right? It was telling people to go watch the course and how it was free.
Yep.
We should put those in our back pocket and put money behind those once we've established the back end of being able to cultivate the leads once we've had them.
Right.
I know you know that was kind of the problem, is we got 10,000 people into the app like that, but they were in the free tier and we didn't have a good way to get them to spend money, whether it's in a tier or on at a camp or whatever the heck. Also, I had a perfect script for the, dang it, it's gone now.
Perfect script for what?
I had a perfect script for an ad last night, and right before I went to bed, I was going to steal Allie's phone and jot it down, but it was just like the hook, but it was like the perfect hook. I forget.
I hate when that happens. I literally hate when that happens. And you're like, it's so good. There's no way I'll forget it.
It was so good.
Okay, well, if it comes back to you, let me know. But noted otherwise. There's a few more.
Well, hang on. Hang on. So yes, as we come out with these courses, just think about that even the 7-day, the rut one, it can be repositioned and reutilized as that, what the heck is it called? Not clickbait. Lead magnet.
Yep.
For sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
For sure.
Yeah, we could do a lot with those because they are extremely good.
Yeah.
And thorough.
Yep.
Uh-huh.
And okay, that's all for now. Go ahead.
Get back to our regular scheduled programming. The number one thing you focus on every lap.
Totally depends on the day. I would say breathing.
Yeah, I'm not thinking about breathing. No, definitely not thinking about breathing. I think it depends on the day too. Last year was all about where my fingers were on the levers.
Yeah.
And then I think this year it's going to be what my knees are doing. Because I don't feel like I grip with my knees well enough. Okay. But that's a legitimate answer.
That's good. Yeah, for sure. Yep. And the breathing one might be unrelatable for a C-class guy because you got other more important things to worry about. But yeah, for me, a lot of the things everything is subconscious and automatic and default, which is good. But I still struggle because I don't ride often. I hold my breath a lot still. So I try to focus on timing the breathing.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think about breathing at all. But, maybe someday. That'll...
Do you get arm pump? You don't get arm pump, right?
Only at the beginning of the season, but...
Do you get really tired when you ride or no?
Not anymore, but last year I did a lot of seat time. Like I put like 50 hours on the bike last year. It was crazy.
You did? Wow.
Yeah, all I did was ride. It was amazing.
Wow.
It was amazing. I usually average maybe 20. So it was a great year last year. And bike fitness is huge, dude. By the end of the year, it's like I could just keep going,
Yeah, because of breathing.
Yeah.
A lot of it's because of breathing or lack thereof. Yeah.
Yeah. I was in a good spot at the end of last year. And then I went and rode last week and now I feel like I'm starting over, but that's okay.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Yeah, it's terrible. Okay, this is definitely more of a coaching question, which is fine. What's one mistake riders make that they don't realize is costing them speed?
Using the rear brake going into the corner.
Yeah, big rear brake guy.
Yeah.
I gotta like replace my brake pads. I smoked them last year. Dude, I drag that thing everywhere now. It's so bad.
Yeah, that's bad.
It's so bad. I drag it through the corners.
So that's messing you up for sure.
Yeah, it's not good.
A lot of this 7-day rut course talks about the front brake being your ally and the rear brake kind of being a little bit of the enemy, especially when you're talking ruts, no rear brake.
Yeah.
You don't even need it, period. And a lot of the times, like no offense, but you're probably going slow enough in a lot of situations where you don't need like that brute force stopping power.
Right.
You could just flow into the corner.
Right. 100%. But it's just not.
So it's like, don't even touch the rear brake.
My problem in corners is I come in hot, I brake aggressively, and then I'm slowed down like 40 feet before the corner even starts. So then I got to hit the gas
so
again.
Probably just erase that process. Maybe you at once upon a time were so worried about like thinking you need to learn how to brake aggressively that maybe now you just have over exaggerated that. So this year, like, make it a year of roll speed and no braking hard, or no braking at all. And you'll be amazed. Like, it'll feel slow at first, but then this is what Jet's good at. The first 30% of the corner, you'll just flow into it. And then what does that do to the 50% mark and the 90% mark of the turn? Like, you just come out of it with more speed.
Yeah. My entry speed is pitiful. If I could get the roll speed figured out, I'm telling you, everything would change. Everything would change.
Yeah. So get off that rear brake, people.
Yeah. It's just,
and cameraman.
I just got to sit there and do it intentionally. And then I'm still a weekend warrior at the end of the day. So I get to the track, I'm all excited. And then, you know how it goes. Maybe you don't. Yep. I guess I didn't answer that question, but I agree with you. Rear brake. Fine. Okay. What's something that beginners think pros do, but actually don't? That could go a lot of different directions.
I think for sure that the common consensus is that they think that pros have something really special on their bikes that helps save them on the jumps. Anytime you see a clip of somebody saving a crash or jumping far or casing something, how many comments do you see that are like, I wish I had that suspension?
That's facts. Yeah.
Right. And it's like, that's not what saved that at all. And in fact, 99% of those pros don't have anything that you can't get on your bike for $500 or $1,000,
Yep.
Just to revalve your suspension.
That's true.
So that's first thing that comes to my mind.
That's probably it. Yeah. They think the bike is doing something.
Yep. Then it's not. It's the rider.
Now, don't get me wrong.
Unfortunately.
Like, I want to ride a factory bike one day. Trust me. You know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong. I think that'd be pretty sick. I'm sure there's some things going on that are helpful,
But you would have to ride the right track to even notice it. So you would have to, like, for example, when I rode Hunter's bike, were you there the day I rode Hunter's bike?
No, because you were living there at that point, I think.
Okay. The biggest difference was, well, it certainly was way faster than mine, obviously, but the suspension, the traction that you would get in the whoops was like nothing I had ever experienced before. It had hold up. So it wasn't soft per se, but it felt soft. Like it was like it was hugging each whoop.
It was
as it met each whoop. Where my bike just felt like it's like just smacking the top of each whoop, and I'm riding 2x4s, that bike just felt like it was like gently giving each whoop a little hug as it met it. I'm like, man, and even if you would overshoot into a pocket, same thing. It would handle it, but it would handle it in such a gentle way. And it was like, oh, that now, so you'd have to ride an obstacle because that's the biggest thing.
Right.
I think otherwise you might notice power, but you wouldn't really notice power difference. That suspension and what it's doing in that top first part of the stroke on impacts like that, it's amazing.
But that's the thing is, like, if I rode a factory bike, right? I remember when I rode your Supercross bike, it was the worst bike I had ever ridden in my life. To this day, it was the worst bike I've ever ridden. But it's like, that suspension is not going to work for me like it's working for you when you ride Hunter's bike. If I got on Hunter's bike, it would probably feel terrible. You know what I mean? Like, maybe it would feel good. I don't know. But it would probably be even outdoor setup, it'd be so stiff.
Yeah, but the difference is it is stiff. It has the hold up, but I wouldn't describe it as stiff. At least not Hunter's bike. It had this give on the top where when you rode my bike, what you experienced was right? And it's just like, what the heck is this?
Yeah.
So that's what makes from the setups that I've had in the past in Supercross, I've had some pretty good ones, but I've had a lot of them that were like those wooden boards where it's like, to get the thing to go through the whoops and hit rhythm sections, you had to set it up like that, unfortunately. But it made the whole rest of the ride feel really rough. Really rough. I mean, you felt it.
Yeah. So anyway, if you have a factory dirt bike that you're willing to share, we'll try it. Oh man, that would be fun. That's everybody's dream, I think, is to try a
Yeah,
factory
you'll
bike.
be able to. I'm sure the opportunity will come up somewhere along the line.
I mean, it would be cool. I doubt the only thing is, like, if that opportunity did come up, I doubt we'd be able to film it. You know what I mean? It'd probably be one of those things that couldn't be shot.
Oh, I bet we could. I remember the one day where like Mathis and Kiefer or somebody had hopped on.
True.
I think it might have been Jen Hunter's bike. Yeah, Washougal.
Yeah, they did. You're right.
Right? And they filmed the whole thing. Yeah, so
just need to do some negotiating with somebody.
I also think that this might be way longer down the road, considering I want to do the retreat idea first. But I think once we have a property and then we get a bigger property and we do the community concept, which I think is I still think it's inevitable, right, that will birth the race team, which will then birth the factory race team. Like it just, who knows how far in the future that is, but that'll be a thing.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing, is like some people are, I am getting old because now I'm starting to think like this, but it's like, how old are you now? 33?
32.
32. Okay. Like, in terms of doing those things, you have so much time to do all that stuff still. You know what I mean? Like, you and I operate in the same mindset of like, no, let's do it now, right? But Moto Academy, if you're 33, like, you're not leaving the Moto Academy for another 30 years. You know what I mean? Like, think about what can take place in that amount of time.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's impressive.
Oh, I think about it all the time. Yeah, it's like, and that's where we're circling back to, is it moving fast or is it moving slow right now? I do feel like I try and treat it as if it's a marathon, because I think deep into the future. But even then, it still is moving fast at this very moment, which is exciting. That was a lot of the conversation we had at the Hormozy thing, the workshop as well, was, hey, actually, it was the first question that they asked. Raise your hand if you want to sell your business.
Oh.
You know, a bunch of hands go up.
Yeah.
Raise your hands if you don't want to sell your business. A bunch of hands go up. I kind of like did this for each of them, because I'm like, oh, who knows?
Yeah, right.
You know, I'm kind of probably not anytime soon, certainly.
Yep.
Or maybe not ever. Who knows? So I was kind of like doing one of these. And the next slide that pops up, they go, oh, well, good. Because to make a good business, it doesn't matter. The business that you're growing to keep for yourself or growing to sell, a good business is a good business, and you would want to treat it the same way regardless.
Fair.
And I was like, wow, that's a good way to look at it. I guess I hadn't looked at it that way before.
Yeah.
But then it got me thinking, especially when we were, the whole first day was spent filling out the business scorecard, which shows you a pretty accurate view of your valuation of your business. So what your business could sell for. And by the end of the first day, I'm like, holy crap, we've got something good here. Like, because it takes into account not just your top line numbers of like, what is your revenue? What is your EBITDA? What is your gross profit margin? Like all these numbers that are up top, but also there's a lot of like retractors. Is that what they call them? Like key man risk. Do you have key man risk? So do you know what that is? Meaning, are you the person that your company relies on? And if you die, your company dies? Right. No, we don't have that. I mean, I still am the person that a lot of things come through me. I'm still kind of the face of it, but I would say, no, we don't have that. Key data risk, which if anything, we were a little fuzzy on our data. So we had a little bit of data risk going on, but already we've started to tighten that up quite a bit. Key client risk. Like, do you rely on one client for the majority of your income as a business? Which, rewind 3 years ago when we had Subify,
yes,
collecting all the payments, that was key. That was a risk.
Yeah, that was a problem.
Because when Subify decided to stop paying me, we were in a not so good spot there for a couple of months because all of that income just got wiped out. We don't have that anymore. So no, we don't have that. Key market risk. Is your market just straight up too small? No way. Our market's huge. I think a lot of people think it's small, but it's huge. Like, as you're going through, and these are things that determine your multiplier. So have you ever heard that? Like when you go to sell a business, there's a multiplier put on what your EBITDA is. Your EBITDA is it's basically, to sum it up, this could be slightly inaccurate, but it's like your revenue minus your cost of goods sold ish. And that it's not your net profit. Your EBITDA is not your net profit. It's after your cost of goods sold. Then you put the multiplier on that. And our multiplier was high. Ours was like 5.5 to 6.5 multiplier. So figure, what your revenue is minus your cost of goods sold times 6. It's quite a bit. But then in my head, I'm like, oh my God, like I would be set for life. And then the next thought was, well, then what would I do?
Yeah, literally.
I would start the same exact business because this is what I love doing the most. So I'm not going to sell it.
Yeah, right. Not time.
And I saw actually a podcast clip of Logan Paul saying the same exact thing. It was something about, would you sell Prime for $5 billion? And he was like, well, honestly, like, this is what I like doing. I already have more money than I would ever need. How would $5 billion change my life?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
speaking
not
of
that
which,
Moto Academy is worth $5 billion. But
well,
you get the gist.
I don't know if you're, it was in the live stream. Where are we at with the, oh my gosh, what's it called? Electrolyte stuff.
Yeah. So the flavor profile is completely finalized. We just signed the contract yesterday.
Oh, wow.
As far as order quantity. So we're getting 2,500 units to start, which is a lot.
Okay.
They're going to be, can I say all this? I guess I can. We're going to do it because this was a big discussion. Like how do we want to sell the product? Because the company, the Element that we were sponsored by for a couple of years, is in those little tear packets, right? The biggest problem with that is if you don't like what it calls for a serving, you're kind of screwed. Because now what? Are you rolling up the little packet hoping it doesn't fly everywhere, or are you just losing it and then you lose, half the electrolytes?
I did that so many times.
And those people that just took it for what it was worth and put in the full packet, that was 1,000 milligrams of sodium. It was super, super salty.
Yeah.
Like it was just, unless you had a gallon of water, you were never putting that full packet in. So it was just a bit misleading. A soft bag, I just picture like traveling. Every time I have a soft bag, it explodes. Literally, we just went to Hawaii and my bag, the soft bag I had of a company called Just Ingredients exploded and my whole bag was purple. So what we're doing are they're jars. They're plastic jars, right? Like picture a little pre-workout jar. 30 servings in each. And we're going to do something cool, I think, where we'll have like recommended flavor profile. Like, hey, you want it to taste like what AJ likes? 1 full scoop. You want like what Allie's preference is? Half a scoop.
Right.
So that way people can kind of play around and figure out what their perfect mix is. But yeah, 2,500 units, which is quite a bit, but that's to get our foot in the door. We don't know the name of it or anything yet. Daniel, who's done like our apparel in the past and stuff.
Like Manfriend Dan?
Yeah, Manfriend
yes,
Dan. Yeah,
I do.
He's the one that's doing all of the product design.
Great.
Now, the problem with Manfriend Dan is he has a tendency to take a while on things. So I have seen nothing.
Yeah.
So we'll see. My goal is to have it completely ready by the middle of May. So that way going into the summer, we've got our electrolytes ready to roll.
Sweet.
Yeah.
That's going to come fast, but that's good.
Yeah. And I'm excited because it's really good.
Yeah.
It's really good. And we don't have any here at the house right now. So I'm just using like a Celtic sea salt, sprinkling it in my water. And it's sure that's like healthy for you to do, but it's just not the same. I just feel like I'm just drinking kind of like slightly gross salt water all day long.
Yeah. No, I'm excited for that. I'm excited to market that too.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm curious to see what you guys come up with because
the name will have a lot to do with that. So we got to come up with a good name.
Right.
Like
and I don't really have a clue. I'm kind of leaving it up to him a little bit to provide some initial preliminary ideas. We have good branding ideas, like I've good inspiration.
Yeah.
Like Pro Mix. There's a couple of brands. Like, are you familiar with Pro Mix?
That's what I use for protein powder. Yeah.
Yeah, same here. And Pro Mix, just really clean, simple.
Yeah. Well, it's like
minimalistic type of branding.
Well, you got to do it like as your ingredients call for too. Like Pro Mix, their whole thing is like it's just clean, right?
So right, and that's what this is. So, and I think that was what Daniel asked. He goes like, what's your mission statement? Like, what is it you're trying to get across? And I think I said something along the lines of, I want an electrolyte mineral drink that our kids that we feel good about our kids drinking. Right. Sure. That kind of sums it up. If it's good enough for our kids, and it's good enough for anybody, any customer we would ever have.
That's a great way,
right? Because that's the highest caliber, or that is the baseline. That is the benchmark.
Dude, it's amazing how many of these health companies just put junk in their stuff.
Junk.
It's mind-blowing. Junk. It's mind-blowing.
Even companies that you would think for sure, sorry, I keep interrupting you.
Okay. It's your podcast.
You're like, for sure this is healthy. It's at Whole Foods. Everything in the labeling looks healthy. And then you look at okay, this is a horrible example, but have you ever been to the bakery at Whole Foods?
I do not. I don't even think we have a Whole Foods.
The bakery at our local Whole Foods is unbelievably good. So we've been in the habit of getting cupcakes from this bakery, and Millie's obsessed with the cupcakes. Not that you would imagine a cupcake to be healthy, but when I read the label, Allie read the label last night, it was this long. I don't know if you can see my...
Yeah, insane.
It had 50 ingredients in this cupcake.
Yeah, you just can't.
How is that even humanly possible to have 50 ingredients in a cupcake? So yeah, these electrolytes will be... It's like a French sea salt. It's a high grade salt. It is real like monk fruit extract. So it's real fruit flavoring. It is not a natural flavoring. It has organic stevia leaf as a little bit of that sweetener. It's as clean as you can do an electrolyte powder.
Yeah.
And it's something that I would allow Millie to drink.
Yeah.
So part of me thought that we would call it Millie's Minerals, but
yeah, we might have to.
That was the only idea that I had.
Yeah, we can brainstorm ideas. Yeah. I mean, yeah, it's just amazing to me, like just everything is junk. Like protein powder, you would think, like you got these health companies making protein powder, and it's just loaded with stuff that doesn't need to be there. And then you get a company like Pro Mix. Like I get the chocolate protein powder for Pro Mix, and it's got like 4 ingredients.
Yep.
And it tastes completely
so hard to find
fine.
Stuff like, and it's great.
Yeah, it's like it blows my mind actually.
But you got to be careful because who knows? Like this happened to us many times where all of a sudden that company sells and you didn't really hear about it, and next thing you know, there's 2 more ingredients in there that shouldn't be in there.
That don't belong there, right?
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it's mind blowing to me. It's mind blowing to me, and it also like the health thing is funny to me too because like we have a like health shop that does smoothies in our town, amazing smoothies, but it's like it's so funny to me when you walk in there and like the protein powder's like, you know, cookies and cream sundae with hot fudge flavor, and it's just like what, like I you just don't crave that anyway. It's just kind of funny. Okay.
There's levels to it. But when you start thinking about your child, it changes your perspective on your caliber of what you're willing to get. Like if you opened our pantry or opened our fridge, most people would be pretty darn disappointed at what's in there. It's like, there's nothing really that good in there.
Nothing fun.
There's nothing that fun when you open our pantry or you open our fridge.
Yeah.
But we eat and we drink super, super clean.
You just have to.
Super clean.
You just have to right now because like, yeah, the kid thing is a great point too, because it's like, oh gosh, I don't want to get deep into this, but I looked at the ingredients of like formula.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what is this stuff?
Yeah.
Like that's loaded with junk too. It just doesn't need to be there. And it's just like, what is going on, you know? And
a lot of kids are getting that from right at the beginning.
From day one, yeah. It's yeah.
And then you wonder why they have ADD and all these other issues. It's like you can tell. I specifically remember we were on one of these vacations that we took this winter, and there was a mom that had two kids around Millie's age, and we were all talking, and in the background I see one of the kids pouring Millie some Skittles or some M&Ms. I forget which one it was.
Yeah.
Maybe it was M&Ms. And Millie had never had Skittles or M&Ms, whatever this was before.
Yeah.
And she's just eating a few of them in the background. Didn't really think much of it. That dinner that night, this was like 2 hours before dinner, was the hardest dinner we've ever had. And I think it was because of whatever dyes and crap was in that candy.
Yeah.
That Millie had, and her system had never had it before. She was like inconsolable. I mean, it was like the worst dinner.
Yeah, but you know what's crazy?
And like, I swear it's because of those M&Ms.
Like, I don't think that I'm very kooky. Like, I don't consider myself kooky, but I don't doubt it. Like, I don't doubt that. Like, with the food thing,
Yeah.
I don't doubt it, you know, because it's like, if you look at the ingredients, it is just junk. It's just junk, dude. And like, listen, I'll have an M&M. You know what I mean? Peanut M&Ms especially. But it's just, yeah, it's just scary. It's just scary. Because like at night, like if I'm craving like sugar or something, which will happen, I'm like, do I really want to like poison myself? You know, it's kind of how I look at it. And this all for me, I think I've told you this in the past. This all for me started because I hired a nutritionist years ago. And then I remember I hired a nutritionist, did a bunch of research with him. He gave me a bunch of stuff to buy and don't buy, blah, blah, blah. I went to the store. I'm like, everything that is not on the outside wall is trying to kill you. The second you walk into the middle of a store, you're toast. You're doomed. You know what I mean? Like, it's literally the outside of a store is the ingredients, right? Like, shop the outside wall. The second you go into the middle, everything falls apart.
Yeah, that's funny.
It's just crazy.
I mean, it's even at Whole Foods is the case. A lot of people would, again, think that that's a health food store, but there's a lot of crap in there that you have to avoid.
Yeah, scary.
And it's a bummer because a lot of times I'm like, ooh, this looks good. And I get it in the cart. And then Allie comes around the corner and she's like, what the heck? Absolutely not. Yeah. Well, have you read the back of that?
No, that's good for Allie, though. That's good. We need that. But yeah, I don't know.
She's on it. And that was part of her reading and studying kind of right before Millie was here, a lot of it was nutrition based.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's helpful.
Yeah. And like, obviously with a kid around the corner for us too, like I'm diving into all of that because it's like, you just like health is such a gift. Like having
breast milk's key, dude.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah.
I know that everybody has their own life situations and some people have it easier than others as far as breastfeeding goes. But for Allie to be able to breastfed Millie for over 2 years, you learn the magic of like when the baby's sick, the what she produces is different to be able to help the baby fight off what it's sick with.
Isn't that
it's incredible.
The most incredible just miracle ever too, that it just
so how the heck are you going to supplement that with a bottle of baby formula that's got a bunch of junk in it? It's just
it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible, that whole process. But anyway, all I was going to say is like, for any age, kids, us, like health is just the most valuable thing. You know what I mean? Like if you have your health, you have everything, in my opinion. And it's like,
isn't that weird though that people place titles on, like you said, cuckoo or woo woo, or people, you know,
woo woo.
Yeah, that's a stupid perspective to have, because when you think about it, dude, it's all a miracle. And guess what? We don't know how any of it works.
Yeah,
really.
Right. And that's okay. Yeah.
So it's like, what is cuckoo or what is woo? I mean, it's just like, you know, nobody knows what's going on.
Yeah. But
all you can do is try to, treat your body the way it was meant to be treated.
Yeah. Basically where I live is if you have your health, man, you have everything. You have it all. Like you have it good if you have good health. And I really want to honor that and take care of that. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Yeah, because without that baseline health, all the other stuff is pretty difficult to do, I would imagine. I
Yeah,
mean, like
100%. Yeah.
if you're talking about meditation, prayer, and all that, like how are you going to do that when you're not healthy? Yes, it's possible, but when you're worried about your body, it's hard to get into anything
Yeah.
else.
I mean, dude, health is a gift, period. It's just a gift. The gift of health is what I talk about that a lot with people in my circle, you know, because health is a gift, period. But anyway, okay, AJ, we have to stop making 2-hour podcasts.
Yeah, this is horrible. So because I got to pee really bad, and also it's going to take forever to send through.
Oh, yeah.
And also I pay you too much an hour, and yeah, there's a lot of problems with this. But
There's
I
a
think
lot
it
of
was a good
problems.
episode.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, good luck with that. See, I know how to edit, so I just compress my video before I send it, but it takes no time at all.
Oh, okay, episode 181. We've done it. Hopefully it was good. Toodles.